5 minutes, it doesn't take much to feel good again.
So last week's video that came out, I had...
The Minimal Moms divorce drama just keeps unfolding, and the latest updates from both Dawn and Tom have only added more fuel to the fire. After their initial videos went viral, both trending on YouTube and drawing thousands of reactions, the ex-couple has returned with follow-up videos, offering new insights into where they stand now. But of course,
no idea the amount of views and comments and just attention it was going to get.
But I felt like it was kind of just like going back to business as usual.
These updates have only raised more questions, and there's a lot to break down. Let's start with Dawn's latest upload, Where I Am Now, which, in a surprising twist, is sponsored by a mattress company. Yes, you heard that right, Dawn is seamlessly blending deep.
Planned for this week, but it kind of then felt like it was just going back. It was just about minimalism, right? But it felt like it was kind of just like going back to business as usual.
Personal reflections on her divorce with mattress discount codes. At the very beginning of the video, she shares that she originally had a different upload planned for the week, but ultimately decided it didn't feel right to go back to her usual content just yet. However, what has caught many people's attention...
All right, so a few more things I want to visit with you about today. I will comment on last week's video. We also got to go to Florida this past week too, and I'll unpack my suitcase because I got to...
Is that while she felt uncomfortable posting a minimalism-related video, she didn't seem to have any hesitation about dropping a sponsored post. Before diving into the mattress promotion, Dawn makes sure to tease her audience by hinting at the topics she'll be covering.
Pull out some of my spring and summer stuff, and I have a couple of fun things that I want to show you just for something like lighthearted and fun. But first, today's video is sponsored by Helix.
She promises to address the reaction to her previous video, which, as expected, had sparked a wave of speculation and debate. Then, as if the sponsorship wasn't enough, she also takes a moment to promote her membership group. Dawn casually mentions that members frequently ask her how she manages everything.
Or what kind of season you're in right now. I know people in my membership group, they're like, but Dawn, how have you, continued to do it all and everything? And I'm like, oh my goodness, I haven't. I was able to keep doing the most important things each day and week.
Subtly encouraging her viewers to join the group for more exclusive content. Dawn also takes a moment to acknowledge the overwhelming support she has received from her audience. She admits that she was nervous about posting her initial video, but was ultimately moved by the kindness and understanding she received, especially from her most loyal followers.
Ultimately, as I thought about it a little bit more and everything, I think if there was one thing I could sum up last week's video is the idea of...
But things take an interesting turn when she suddenly brings up the concept of dignity, saying that it's all about the ability to choose. The way she delivers this statement feels deliberate, almost like she's alluding to something deeper without outright saying it. This has left many viewers wondering what she was really trying to communicate, and whether she was subtly throwing shade or hinting at some behind-the-scenes drama that hasn't been fully revealed.
Dignity. I heard dignity defined one time as the ability to choose. And anytime our dignity gets taken away, our ability to choose, I think that's when we have to stop and question what is going on, because that's not...
Meanwhile, Tom's new video, What's Next?, provides his own perspective on life after their highly publicized split. He kicks things off by sharing details about a recent vacation he took with the kids. But the real shocker, Dawn was there too. According to Tom,
that's not right. And so if any kind of system or institution or anything is taking that away, then we just have to investigate further. And that's something we each have to do for ourselves. And so that's as far as I'm going to go with that.
She happened to have a work event in Florida, so she ended up joining them on the trip. Both he and Dawn mentioned this in their respective videos, and from their descriptions, it seems like they are managing to co-parent relatively well.
I wasn't originally going to post a video about it, but then you all were flooding my comments and my email inbox with messages and emails that I felt the need that I had to.
Despite everything that has happened between them. Of course, Tom couldn't avoid addressing the backlash over his now deleted video, the one that stirred up so much discussion before mysteriously disappearing from his channel.
Published that video that I had. already created. And then a lot of people had asked, you know, where'd the video go? I just took the video down because I felt like, you know, there was a lot of good things from it, and I didn't really want any of the negative attention. I thought, you know, the message has been portrayed, what kind of happened, and I don't know, I just wanted to leave it at that, so I took the video down.
He openly admits that he never expected it to gain as much attention as it did, nor did he anticipate just how much traction Don's video would get. However, his explanation for why he took the video down has raised more than a few eyebrows.
I don't know. I don't like negative attention, and so I guess I didn't really realize it was going to be there was going to have negative attention to it. Not everything that Dawn said in her video is true.
Tom insists that he didn't remove it because of pressure from Dawn, despite what many people believe. Instead, he claims he made the decision on his own to avoid drawing more negative attention. But here's where things get even more interesting. While Tom says he deleted the video, it turns out that, at first, he actually just unlisted it.
Yeah. I should have known there is some. I appreciate all of the supportive and like helpful, loving comments that I got. I would say, I mean, it was easily 95% just love and support and care. I probably read too many of the comments, but I want to read the comments because like I care what people say and I care what people think.
This means that while it no longer appeared in search results or on his channel, anyone with a direct link could still watch it. Now, however, the video is fully private and no longer accessible.
I've actually, I mean, this has been, like, we just announced this all to you all last week, but this has been months in the making. And so I have developed a really healthy group of men at church, friends I have that have grown closer. I started going to a CrossFit gym like in August of last year.
This has only fueled speculation about whether he really removed it to avoid negativity, or if there was another reason behind the decision.
Life is very different right now, and I'm trying to kind of like figure out how to move forward here, but I'm okay, and I want you all to know that I'm okay.
Adding to the controversy, Tom also acknowledges that, unlike many content creators who claim they don't care what people think, he actually does care about public perception. This might explain why he spent so much time reading through the comments on his video before deciding to take it down. But the real question is,
different, you know? But so I do have a great group of guys that I get together with regularly, men's group at church. I've gotten actually a lot more involved in church now. I have some extra time on my hands. I only have the kids half the time.
If he truly didn't expect the backlash, why did he open his video with a statement that was guaranteed to stir things up? In his now removed video, Tom had directly said that not everything Dawn said was true, a bold claim that naturally sparked curiosity and speculation. So, was he really blindsided by the response? Or did he just regret how much attention it ended up getting?
Through 5 minutes, it doesn't take much to feel good again.
So last week's video that came out, I had no idea the amount of views and comments and just attention it was going to get.
But I felt like it was kind of just like going back to business as usual.
Beyond the online drama, Tom also shares that he has been making his mental health a priority. He reveals that he has been attending a men's group at church, becoming more involved in his faith, and working out regularly. He even completed a 1-year dialectical behavior therapy DHBST program, a type of therapy often used to help with emotional regulation and personal growth.
Planned for this week, but it kind of then felt like it was just going back. It was just fat minimalism, right? But it felt like it was kind of just like going back to business as usual.
Another big reveal: Tom is still living in the family home, despite the emotional challenges that come with it. He explains that he chose to stay for the sake of the kids, even though both he and Dawn had initially wanted to move out. However, he admits that being in the house alone, without Dawn and the children, has brought up a lot of difficult emotions. He describes how the space feels different now, and that he's in the process of making changes to the house so it no longer serves as a constant reminder of the past. while he doesn't go into detail about what those changes are.
All right, so a few more things I want to visit with you about today. I will comment on last week's video. We also got to go to Florida this past week too, and I'll unpack my suitcase because I got to...
It's clear that he's trying to create a new sense of normalcy in his post-divorce life. Tom wraps up his video on a somewhat hopeful note, saying that while life looks very different now, he's okay. Things aren't the same, but he's learning to adjust, even if it's not always easy. So, after watching both videos, there's definitely a lot to unpack. Dawn is seamlessly blending sponsorships with personal reflections, while Tom is navigating his emotions.
Pull out some of my spring and summer stuff, and I have a couple of fun things that I want to show you just for something like lighthearted and fun. But first, today's video is sponsored by Healing.
Focusing on self-improvement and figuring out how to co-parent effectively. But of course, there are still plenty of lingering questions. Did Tom really delete his video just to avoid negativity, or was there more to it? And how do you feel about Dawn incorporating sponsorships into such deeply personal updates?
What kind of season you're in right now. I know people in my membership group, they're like, but Dawn, how have you, continued to do it all and everything? And I'm like, oh my goodness, I haven't. I was able to keep doing the most important things each day and week.
Some viewers feel like it's just part of being a content creator, while others think it makes her messages feel less genuine. What do you think? Alright, besties, that's all the tea we have for now on the Minimal Mom divorce saga.
Ultimately, as I thought about it a little bit more and everything, I think if there was one thing I could sum up last week's video is the idea of dignity. I heard dignity defined one time as the ability to choose. And anytime our dignity gets taken away, our ability to choose, I think that's when we have to stop and question what is going on. Because that's not...
But something tells me this isn't the last we'll hear from Dawn and Tom. With every video they drop, the story gets even more layered, and let's be real, there are still so many unanswered questions. Did Tom really delete his video just to avoid negativity? Or was there something deeper going on behind the scenes? And how do we feel about Dawn blending such personal updates with sponsorships? Smart business move or a little too strategic? Tom ends his video by saying that while life is completely different now, he's okay. He's also making changes to the house, admitting that the space doesn't feel the same now that he's there alone without Dawn and the kids.
That's not right. And so if any kind of system or institution or anything is taking that away, then we just have to investigate further. And that's something we each have to do for ourselves. And so that's as far as I'm going to go with that.
The house is full of memories, and it seems like he's trying to shift things around to make it feel less like a painful reminder of the past. Now, I need to hear from you. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Whose side are you on? Do you think they're both just trying to move on, or is there some unspoken tension bubbling beneath the surface? And while you're at it, don't forget to like this video if you love deep dives into internet drama, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Because trust me, with the way things are going, we'll probably have another chapter in this saga sooner rather than later. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, stay curious, stay kind, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.